Hey everybody, how's it going? DirtCat Brothers here. I want to thank all of you for remaining patient. Stuff has happened, nothing bad. Weather, tornado outbreaks, hail, rain, real life got in the way of everything. And I want to remind all of you, we are 100% self-funded car channel. Every like, subscription, comment, and share helps us out greatly in growing. So this is going to be brief. The body is about ready to be popped off the frame. I am going to move this a little bit forward once I get some room made, and then that cut up tomorrow or Sunday. You won't see it on camera. I'll probably do a short, but cut it up so that way I can move it around and everything, because I'm not, yeah, I'll just get it cut up and out of the way. But if there's an issue, even if I put down a mat, well, I already sprayed these suckers with some WD-40. And I have a massive red ant issue over here. I need to get some tires off of this to put on this to move it. I need to get some poison to take care of those, but they're trailing over here and underneath the car. And with me putting a mat down, I do not, and they'll crawl on it and attack. So I don't want to get stung by red ants. They really hurt. So and I'm almost ready to get the two bolts off. I just got to get underneath here. Let me show. Yeah, this one on this side and then one on the other. Got to get those. Got to get the tires off in order to get to them, at least more room. And then I'll strip up the carpet and everything else right here, which I probably might do here real fast. I'm not quite sure yet, because it was thundering and it did spit a little rain, and I don't want to be out here messing with metal and such and get struck, because I've actually seen some lightning hit out here in the fields this year. So don't want to get fried like a piggy. I'm just joking, but anyways, I don't know what other bolts there are. So, and with those kind of screwing up, see, I've messed with Galaxies from 65 to 68 multiple times before, and these bolts, well, these right here, they're supposed to be held in. And instead of showing it right here, I'll show it on the 68 frame, because it's pretty much the same thing. There's supposed to be something in here holding them down on in. But every single frame like this, there's only a single drain hole underneath, and you can't get to it with a nut, well, with a washer to get onto the nut. It's not big enough. So I might figure something else out for stuff to be held on, because there's really no other holes in the front, the back, or underneath to get to those. And it's kind of concerning, because all the others that I've worked on, the bolts were there and they stayed, and be able to take up off the top. The Big Red, our Big Red, the 66, was like that. See if I can just show you this. There's enough light. Yeah, they just kind of came right on out, both of them. And they're not supposed to do that. At least the ones that I've worked on, the bolts stayed. So I don't know if this one's different or what. I'm kind of confused. Really kind of confused. The right side's the same way. I need to grab that wrench over there and pry it up. I'll do that off camera before I go back in. But yeah, I don't know what to really say, because the ones I've worked on, the bolt stayed, but this one just pops on up, like I showed. So I don't know what's going on. And this, because this is supposed to have the nuts. I don't know why I was saying the bolts, but the nuts are supposed to be there. So, and I don't know if this is like a 4-door frame or a 2-door. I think they're all the same. But anyhow, this has the same issue. So I'm not sure what's really going on. I'm very confused. Because, like I said, from 65 to 68 Galaxies I've worked on in the past, you know, from a relative salvage yard, all those bolts right there stayed. But I can't remember in the section if there's extra bolts there or not that holds it down. It's been so long. I know there's some in the back, so I showed you those. But then those, you know, like I said, popping up. So I don't know what's really going on. And I want to move this after I move some other things on over, so that way, you know, I could have more room and, you know, less danger to worry about. Because I don't, like I said, I don't want to get, you know, stung by red ants. They hurt. Boy, my gosh, did they hurt. So yeah, I had the jack over here, you know, getting it ready and stuff. But yeah, it just, I was thinking, it's like, well, I have to pick up a new wrench tomorrow, and even though if I put down a mat, they'll still come and swarm me with activity, because I've had them, you know, chase me down 25 foot away just from activity. So better safe than sorry. So yeah, yeah, because gotta move this, gotta move her, gotta move her. I'm going to get some, I'm thinking about getting some tubes and just putting in those tires. Just some very cheap tubes just to move it. And then, you know, get some other things positioned back around here. Once I get, you know, the Cadillac repositioned, get the tires back on over to there. Because that's what the plan is, along with getting engines inside the storage unit, along with all the parts sitting into there. So that way, you know, they're out of the way, and then get a cheap temporary shed built over there for other stuff. But I got to move vehicles the next 2 to 3 weeks, give or take, and then I can start doing frames. I can start working on everything finally. So yeah, 2 to 3 weeks, start working on this, and then everything else. Because then all of you will start seeing me do body work at long last. So I guess that's everything to talk about right now. Because you know, I was wanting to, like I said, work on this, but they'll swarm me. Because just stomping right here. Yeah, they started to come out just a bit more. Yeah. So their nest is wide. I gotta get a lot of poison for that. I'll make sure no birds get there. So yeah, because once I get this body off the frame's gonna go over on the underneath the Biscayne. Once I get the back completely done, so that way it rolls and not drags, and then Biscayne will be parked over here for the time being. Because here, I'm gonna put myself on camera. I have a connection now to a lot of the salvage yards. Well, we have a connection, excuse me, but it was pretty much for some parts of mine. So we have a connection for salvage yards and junk yards down in Colorado now, and found out that the new owner, we both know each other. I went over to the salvage yard the other day. We both know each other, and we found out that people were talking negatively about both of us, trying to get us, you know, to argue and fight. And we cleared the air, and we're not like that. And yeah, we just found out that people were just starting trouble. So yeah, from what I heard was wrong, from what he heard was wrong, and yeah, everything's good, which is really nice. So with that taken out of the way, I'll go back to this. So I guess next week all of you will see me yank this off the frame. I'll put this on to some blocks. I got to figure out where to put this at. I'll get the help of Tucker on where to really put this at, because I can just kind of pick it up and scoot it over. And then, well, before anything else happens, I do want to cut this up, cut the frame and the fenders and everything, because I want to block it up off the frame and then cut stuff appropriately, and try to cut this to where I need it, and then put the front over at a spot to where I could start stripping it and processing it. So yeah, so I guess I'm going to move this, cut it after I block it up, and then get it off the frame. And yeah, so I guess enough talk. I'll see about going over to our relative's place tomorrow to show a few vehicles, and then if that doesn't happen, then we'll discuss plans, me and Tucker, and we'll go from there. This is to at least get content out for Sunday, since a lot of stuff has kind of gotten in the way. So, and again, can't thank all of you enough for remaining patient with us, because, you know, real life doesn't quite, you know, balance out for everybody, and especially here on YouTube when you're trying to grow something to, you know, to be somebody, a lot of stuff gets in the way. See that? I gotta talk loud. There's quarter-size hail coming in with this, so I gotta make it brief. So sadly, I can't finish up stuff for Sunday's video. Yeah, this is what we've been getting a lot, and this is what's been, you know, fending me off from working on vehicles and doing, well, mowing out here per se. So there's gonna be no storms this week, or at least hopefully this will finally get off the frame. I got proper tools to pop it off, but what I want to do, you know, just jack it up, block it, so that way I have enough room to cut everything. And then once I figure out on what I actually need to transplant over to the 58 Biscayne, then the rest I'll pretty much just scrap. I gotta jack this up, see what's catching in the back. I gotta empty it all out, you know, lighten the load, and then see if I could block it up so I can get some tires on her and a mover, and then put her over to here, move the racer tail, and just finish cleaning up everything else. So it might be 3 weeks until I get to everything, because I gotta move stuff. I'm at the final stretch, but gotta get stuff moved and cleaned up, and then magic can finally happen. I don't know how many times I've got set back. So and I'm not gonna say this will be the last car that I'm gonna say that's gonna happen next week, unless if storms happen. But whatever happens now happens. Whatever vehicle I work on is whatever I touch and such. Even if I don't have enough time, I'll strip out whatever, you know, gut it and get it ready. Guys, one step at a time on everything. It's just an up and down thing. But now I'm going to start pushing out 1 video per week and start doing shorts and everything. So I don't know what else to really say. Oh, Tucker wants me to hold off on some of his vehicles for the moment, and because I was going to, you know, start gutting out the remaining stuff of the 68 Barracuda and getting up on a system, so that way, you know, you can start working on it. But all his stuff I'll just move around in accordance, so, you know, we have room out here, and then just start doing stuff when he's ready on some of his vehicles. So I'll just prep him for the time being and then just work on mine. But again, I'll just go with the flow and see what happens. Stuff will be happening over here, stuff will be happening over there. So yeah, all in all, I still want to apologize to everybody. Not turn out to be the best content creator. Yeah, I'm very, well, kind of self-aware about that. Hasn't been the best. Well, nothing bad, it's just weather and everything getting in the way. So yeah, for now I'll bid you all adieu. I'm gonna get inside because this stuff's heading in pretty fast, so it's getting dark. It's getting very, very dark. Yeah, we'll be fine. So already, remember, we're our 100% self-funded car channel. Every like, subscription, comment, and share helps us out greatly, even when we get a heck of a lot bigger. There's going to be no memberships, no donations, no nothing. Everything's going to be done out of our own pocket and whatever we get from online here on YouTube. And yes, we'll just have to see on what happens. So y'all have a good one now. Take care and stay safe. See you later. Thanks again for the lovely support you've shown us on this time. And once again, I am sorry for the lack of content. I'll make up for it here very, very shortly.